drag race. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! 79!
When you think of electric motorcycles, you probably picture sleek startups, niche brands, or even a fair share of vaporware trying to shake up the industry. The truth is, the electric motorcycle scene is largely driven by startups. Sure, KTM has dabbled with their Freeride EXC, Honda has been teasing the CRE for what feels like an eternity, and Harley's Livewire is in the mix. But what happens when a legacy brand gets serious about electric motorcycles?
We took to Austin, Texas to find out. If you didn't know Can-Am made motorcycles, you're probably not alone. Can-Am isn't just a random upstart. They've got roots, deep ones.
Can-Am stars first and second. The crowd cheers them on.
Back in the 1970s, they were tearing up motocross tracks with Rotax-powered bikes, making a name for themselves with bold designs and, for the time, pretty high-performance machines. They stepped away from the moto scene to focus on snowmobiles, ATVs, and watercraft. Now, after a multi-decade break, they're bringing that same bold spirit to the electric motorcycle world with the Pulse and the Origin. And they're here to make some noise. Well, technically, they're not making any noise at all. The Can-Am Origin is the dual sport bike of the group, built for both on and off-road riding. It combines innovative tech with a nod to Can-Am's heritage. Being the dirtbags that we are here at ECR, it's the bike that really caught our attention from the start. Its knobby Dunlop D605 tires, 21 18-inch spoked wheels, and KYB 43mm fork with 255mm of travel up front give it the look that you would expect from a brand who made their name on the motocross track. But its off-road toughness is met with a strong dash of modern technology, incorporating a big 10.25-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay, 6 adjustable ride modes, regenerative braking, anti-lock brakes, traction control, and reverse. On the flip side, the 2025 Can-Am Pulse is built as more of a city runabout bike. Its short wheelbase, low seat height, and 17-inch cast wheels make it perfect for weaving through traffic or quietly raising hell in urban landscapes. The 4 ride modes, Normal, Sport Plus, Eco, and Rain, mean that you can adapt to whatever the road conditions are that day. The Pulse also shares a lot of the same tech as the Origin, like the touchscreen display and active regen, so it's still packed with modern features, just more focused for city life. Both bikes come with what is by far the most unique feature of this bike, a fully enclosed chain case inside of their proprietary single-sided swing arm. This technology, borrowed from other BRP vehicles like snowmobiles and three-wheelers, offers several benefits. The enclosed chain case stays lubricated and protected from debris, while an automatic tensioner makes sure that you never have to tighten your chain again, taking a crazy low-maintenance bike and making it even more maintenance-free. Plus, because of its placement, the drive system does not interfere with the rear suspension like a traditional chain and sprocket would, which allows the suspension to work freely. We had the chance to ride these bikes from the busy streets of downtown Austin, across the open highways of Texas Hill Country, and even tackle some dirt when the pavement ran out to see how they perform in different environments. What stood out the most? The noise, or lack thereof. We're no strangers to the quiet hum of electric motorcycles here at ECR, but these Can-Am bikes might be the quietest I've ever ridden. Chain drives are typically noisy, belt drives much quieter, But I was unsure what the enclosed chain case on these models would sound like, and the drivetrain noise is almost non-existent. When it comes to the bike feel, the Pulse is definitely the quicker and more agile of the two machines. That becomes apparent thanks to its 17-inch wheels, lighter weight, lower seat height, and shorter wheelbase. It's not built for long distances or high speeds, but it can handle a 65-mile-per-hour road with ease, and it's an absolute blast to rip around town on. But for me, the Origin is the standout. It's the most well-rounded. It performs great in the city, offers more comfort and better wind protection at higher speeds, and it can even tackle some dirt when the opportunity arises. At 412 pounds, it strikes the right balance, feeling like a legit motorcycle without being awkwardly heavy. The KYB suspension does a solid job, although I really wish it were adjustable. There were plenty of instances, especially off-road, where I wanted to stiffen it up to prevent the bike from diving and bottoming out. Factor in the potential for extra weight from its pannier racks, and that issue would only get more pronounced. The bike's 47 horsepower and 53 feet-pound of torque give it plenty of punch, making it quick without being overwhelming. However, the one thing that threw me off was the off-road mode. While it correctly disables traction control and rear ABS, it leaves the front ABS on, which made riding in the dirt tricky. I found myself relying on locking up the rear and sliding it around corners because the front brake was so unpredictable when trying to slow down. I wouldn't call it a true dirt bike, but it's fully capable of handling some rougher terrain if you care to take it there. Plus, in my opinion, it's the more handsome looking bike. I tracked our ride using onX Off-Road. Even though most of the ride was on the pavement, I wanted to use the GPS to follow our route and accurately track the distances that we were traveling, using the GoTrack feature of the onX app. One thing I realized during the ride was that by the time I hit mile 30, I wasn't really concerned about battery range. That's because I knew Can-Am had a plan for recharging us in the middle of rural Texas. But on my own, range anxiety would have been through the roof. By the 30-mile mark, I was already at 50% battery, and out in Texas Hill Country, there was not a charger in sight. And that is where I hit a roadblock with the dual sport focused Origin. I really want this bike to be the perfect dual sport. It's super fun to ride, and I'd love to take it on longer distance trips, but it's not really the kind of bike you'd throw in the back of a truck for a day of riding. And at the same time, it doesn't quite have the battery capacity for a full adventure from home on just one charge. So it raises the question, how do you properly use this bike? With Can-Am's claimed 71 miles of mixed-use range, it's a question I'm still trying to figure out. The good news is that these bikes have a liquid-cooled battery, which keeps the cells cooler and lets you charge at a higher rate more quickly. Usually batteries need time to cool before charging, but with this system, you can start charging sooner. And trust me, on longer rides, that's a big plus, because you'll probably need to recharge a couple of times to make a full dual sport ride a reality. Both bikes come equipped with an onboard charger, and Can-Am claims that with a level 2 charge, you can go from 20% to 80% in just 50 minutes, or fully charge from 0% to 100% in 1 hour and 30 minutes. On a level 1 charge, it'll take around 3 hours and 10 minutes to reach 80%, and about 5 hours and 15 minutes to fully charge from 0. And the price. Of course you need the price. The Can-Am Origin has a base price of $14,999, and the Pulse is coming in at $13,999. All in all, these are two incredible new bikes from Can-Am that I really enjoy riding, but I'm still left wondering, what's their true purpose? While they can handle a bit of off-road at higher speeds, their range limitations seem to make them best suited for urban riders looking for a quiet, fun option for short-distance commuting in the city. For a full write-up on these bikes, check out electriccyclerider.com. Let us know what you think of the Can-Am Pulse and Origin, and thanks for watching.
They're gonna turn up here and then let's do it. All right, 3, 2, 1, go!